The shortcut for paste special is Ctrl Alt and V. In our first example, we want to copy these formulas in H3. We can select all the cells, but rather than doing a Ctrl V for paste, we press Ctrl Alt and V and then select values. To paste a link, one option is to put an equal to sign and then select the first formula, but this would mean that you have to write the link and then drag it down. An easier way would be to select all the cells, go to paste special and then click on paste link. As you can see, there is a link pasted to each one of these cells. To make the column width equal for all the 4 columns here, we can simply select column Q, copy a cell, select all the 4 cells from 4 columns, and on paste special, select column width. To transpose the data, select all the data, paste special, and then transpose. If we want to maintain a link as well, we can select all the cells, write transpose, select our source, and then press enter. To increase everybody's target by 10% based on last achievement, we can write 110% here, copy this, come back, paste special, and then formulas and multiply. The shortcuts to change format: Ctrl Shift 3 is a date, 2 is a number, 5 is a percentage, 1 is no format, and 4 is currency. To clear the formats, the option is not available on a right click. So we will have to click on Home, Clear, and then Clear Formats. To put the heading in the center, rather than doing a merge, which will cause other problems, we click on the alignment settings, select horizontal, and then select center across selection. This means that the 3 cells still remain unmerged. To format positive numbers as 100 POS and negative as -100 NEG, we go to Format Cells, and on Custom, we type red in brackets, put a 0, and then POS in double quotes, or semicolon. Please excuse me, we put green and then a 0 and POS for the positive number, and then a red, -0, and an NEG for the negative numbers. To format our numbers as 1.23 million for 1,023,234,563, we go to Format Cells, and on Custom we type hash 0.00, 2 commas, and then MIL. To suppress the negative numbers and show it as the word negative, we put in a general for positive and then write negative in double quotes. To completely hide the negative numbers, we can write general and put 2 semicolons. To apply a condition where numbers less than 50 are fail and more than 50 are pass, in brackets we write greater than 50 is pass, semicolon, and less than 50 is fail. For cell padding, we can put general, general. These two are for positive and negative numbers. For 0, again it is general, and our text is going to be general, an asterisk and an underscore. As you can see, even if I increase the column width, the underscores come automatically. Let us come to navigation. Control spacebar is selecting a column. Shift spacebar is selecting a row. Shift down and right arrow allows us to select one cell at a time. Control with the arrow keys allow us to jump from one cell to the other. Control Shift and down will allow us to select the entire column, and Control Shift and right arrow will allow us to select all the columns. To change the order of these columns to a new order, which would be order date, customer name, shipping mode, and then sum of sales, we can select the entire data, click on Home, Sort and Filter, and Custom Sort. And on options, we can change the sorting from top to bottom to left to right. Then we can sort row number 5, or rather row number 6, as smallest to largest. This allows us to move and reposition multiple columns at the same time. To remove blank cells, we can select the entire data set, apply a filter with Ctrl, Shift and L, open up any one of these drop downs, and then select blanks. Select the blank cells, Shift spacebar and Ctrl minus for delete. And then we can press Ctrl Shift L once again to remove the filter. Let us look at dollar signs. When we write our basic formula, the dollar has to be applied on B5 because that is the cell which is a constant. And then with Ctrl R, it can be copied to the right. Similarly, here we want to put a dollar sign on 10% because that is a constant cell, and then Ctrl D to copy it down. When there are both multiple rows and multiple columns, the dollar sign will always come on the first column and the first row, which would be $B and $21. Again, Ctrl D for down and Ctrl R for right. And as you can see, the formula works perfectly. If you want to see all the formulas at the same time, click on Formulas and then Show Formulas. If you want to find total sales plus profit, we say equal to sum product, select the sales amount, select the profit margin, and we get 9670. If we want to say total profit post tax, we can write the same function but put a 1 plus on our profit margin. To find the sum of these numbers, equal to sum and then column D. To find the average, average and column D. To find the number of transactions, we can write count A for all and then select column B -1 because we want the heading to be excluded. To find unique customers, equal to unique, but this has to be put inside a count A function for column B -1. Let me write this again. We want to say count A of column B and then there has to be unique here. Remember, if we do this for column C, then it tells us how many unique customers are there. Do remember to put a -1 so that the heading can be excluded. To find missing values, count blank and then select all the cells from D2 till D5008, which is the last row of the data set. To find the maximum transaction, max, column D, and to find the minimum, but the average of the three smallest transactions equal to average small column D, and then in curly braces 1, 2, and 3. To find the sum for standard class equal to aggregate 9 for sum, ignore hidden rows, and then select column D. This would mean when we apply a filter to this data set and we filter the data, whichever one of the class of shipping we select, the sum will be shown only for that. To find the number of errors equal to sum if is error for L3 till S16, we want a 1, else we want a 0. So it tells us there are 2 errors in our data set. To find the sum ignoring the errors, aggregate 9 for sum, 6 for ignored error values, and then we can select the data set. To understand the number closest to 17,000 that is perfectly divisible by 112, we use m round for multiple round 17,000, 112. So 17,024 is the number closest to 17,000 perfectly divisible by 112. To change the number of to change the way the unit 10 and 100 digit is presented, we use various round functions. Here we can use equal to, round up, comma, -3. Similarly, to change the places and the positions on the right of the decimal, we can use round down and then 2. These are the formulas. To identify all the error cells and color them red, Control G for go to, then special, select formulas, and select formulas only with errors. Once these are selected, we can apply a color heading. To select all the cells with formulas, Control G, special, select formulas without errors, and these can be colored blue. And finally, to select blanks, Control G, special, blanks, and then a color can be applied. To fill up all these blank cells, Control G, special, blanks, equal to, select the first value and press Control Enter.